Hey, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, and we're going to talk about what the heck is happening over on Critical Role, Campaign 3, okay? Which is the Marquette campaign, and this campaign overlaps into Call to Netherdeep, which is an official Dungeons & Dragons book. Wow, right? All right, so first of all, let's get into, because here's what I'm talking about today. I turned on, so first of all, Twitch, Critical Role Campaign 3 Episode 1 drops on Twitch a week ago, right? Now, I actually have a Twitch account, but I really dislike Twitch for multiple reasons. My biggest issue is I don't like any video service where you put a video up on it and it's gone later. I'm like, what is this? Okay, so you put a video up and then it just disappears off the service. So if I put a video on YouTube, it'll be there for 9 years, and it'll be there in 19 years, and it'll be there in 29 years. But if I put a video on Twitch, I gotta wonder when it's gonna be there. When it disappears, like poof, confetti. Like, why is this better in any way, right? Like, I still just it is so strange, and like I don't understand why people like Twitch, right? And actually, to tell the truth, I don't think anyone really likes Twitch. And the reason why I say that is creators don't go to Twitch on their own. They get paid you got to drag them there with dump trucks of money. And that's exactly what's happening, right? The only creators on Twitch are people who really have been massively paid to be there or are hoping to get, to get there. And let's be super clear. I've been on YouTube for 7 years. I've never earned a single dollar, not $1. I've never been paid a dime for my YouTube. And I'm quite proud of that, because one thing is I want to be an independent voice, and I think I am an independent voice. I think I make content that nobody else makes, right? And so I go over there, right? So I wait until it drops on YouTube. It drops on YouTube. I put it on, and I'm telling you, I tried my hardest. I got through like 40 minutes of it, and I'm like, I cannot listen or watch another minute of this, right? I don't understand how people are watching or listening, because they do it, and they do both, right? You can watch it on YouTube, but they also make it as a podcast, right? I don't understand how anyone is watching or listening to Critical Role. It seems unwatchable and unlistenable to me, right? So, J. Scott Garibay says, there's a problem with Critical Role Campaign 3, right? That's what is in my head, right? But I know I'm wrong. And the reason why is it's massively popular, okay? So that means the problem is on my side, my perception, right? So I want to understand what the mystery of Matthew Mercer and Critical Role Campaign 3 is. What is drawing people to drag themselves through this horrible content? I just don't get it, right? And the problem is on my perception, not on theirs. And I'll give you your comment before you make it. Popular stuff isn't good, Scott. I disagree. I say you're wrong. 100% wrong. Here's why. Okay? All right, let's list them off. Star Wars, it is good. All right? Harry Potter, it is good. And it is good, and it is popular. Star Trek, it is good and it is popular. Okay? Now there are some, I do watch data. I'm looking for, what do you do with Transformers, right? That was popular. It is good and it's popular. Now it's not, because it stopped being good, right? And the good part, like the Transformers movies, right? They were incredibly popular. A lot of people said they were garbage, right? But the reality is, I think I heard a lot of people say, they just mocked Michael Bay mercilessly. There were definitely people who were saying that that Transformers was garbage. I'm not saying that, right? I like the first 3 movies, and then 4 and 5, I was like, oh my gosh, I have backed a bad thing, or I've given money to make more of this bad thing, right? Transformers 4 and 5 were very bad, right? And they were also very popular, right? But Transformers isn't popular now, right? Because it wasn't good. I think that popular things are good, right? And I know that's a debated subject, right? But the reality is, I'm not gonna sit on the sidelines and say, Matthew Mercer, you stink, right? While he's literally raking money in, right, and has a huge following. That's foolish, right? I think it's I try to not stop thinking, right? And I think if you're like one of these people who says, hey, I think popular things aren't good, you've stopped thinking, right? Like you're like, and how do you stop thinking? It's very easy. There are many, many people in the world, and I'm not one of them, right? There are people like, most people are stupid. That's wrong. That is flat out wrong. Most people, I think, have a measure of wisdom and a measure of intelligence, right? And I know it's very comfortable for a lot of people to sit up on their high horse and go, I'm intelligent, but the rest of the world is stupid. And I think that's the only thing that allows the opinion that popular things are not good. Popular things are good. I just think it's flat out correct, right? And I know this is highly debated, right? But this is my 2 cents. So I think, and this is one of the reasons why I'm like, this is unwatchable. Critical Role 3 to me is literally unwatchable. But I'm wrong. There are millions of people watching it. Like, so I got to figure this out. So there's a mystery, right? So big mystery. So when I go on to Critical Role Campaign 3, here's what I see. First of all, I see it start as 12 minutes of ads. Okay? Now, hey, I'm a dyed-in-the-wool American capitalist, right? That was a little annoying, but hey, if you want to buy a yacht, Matthew Mercer, I want to see you with that captain's hat. I am wishing on your upfall. Do it up, bud. But it was like, I'm like, but from a perspective of like, what's going to engage me, 12 minutes of ads at the beginning do not engage me, right? So then Matthew Mercer does this gigantic info dump, right? Where he literally talks for like 3 minutes, and I'm like, that doesn't seem engaging. This isn't how I would open my game, right? I'll do a gigantic info dump at the start. This seems like a bad idea, right? And then after he does a massive info dump, he goes, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to split the party. Thank you, all you 6 players who have come out. I'm so happy to have you here. 4 of you can go jump in a lake, right? And I'm gonna role play with 2 of you for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, what is this? I'm just like, this seems like insanity, okay? Because first of all, it's an old rule. You don't split the party. And second of all, you literally just sat down to the table and you are telling 4 players, I don't care about you. Get out. Like, and you're like, what the heck is happening? Like, this is the beginning of the game and you're already splitting the party? Right? It is bonkers bad. Like, ads to info dump to party split and an insult to 2/3 of your players saying you guys don't matter. And who does matter? My wife and the CEO's wife. I'm like, I can't imagine what's happening here. Is this actually what people are watching? Right? And so Critical Role 3 makes no sense to me. So why are so many people watching it? The real answer is, I don't think I know, but I'm going to take a guess, okay? I think the reason people are watching Critical Role is the following. They started by saying, hey, everybody, we are nerdy, people who are getting together for a D&D game, right? And I think that's the secret. So first of all, I'm evangelical Christian. I can't say nerdy, $. So I'm going to say nerdy ash. So they're saying, we're nerdy ash people. They are not. First of all, they are Hollywood adjacent. They have Hollywood physiques. They have Hollywood speech. They have Hollywood hair, right? They are not nerds by any stretch of the definition. Like, they are rock star, Hollywood adjacent. They are Hollywood adjacent cultural rock stars. And I think that's what people are watching. They want to look at Hollywood adjacent cultural rock stars and say, that's a nerd, right? They want to look at Matthew Mercer and say, that's a nerd. He's a nerd just like me. And they want to look at Marisha Ray and say, she's a nerd just like me. In no world is Matthew Mercer or Marisha Ray a nerd. They can claim it. They are not. It is like, and I think, most of us understand, especially if you grew up in the 80s or 90s, there was a cost to saying you're a nerd, right? And they are not paying those costs. I don't think they've ever paid those costs. That's my take, right? I think that's why people are watching Critical Role Campaign 3. Can you, for the love of goodness, explain to me why people watch Critical Role Campaign 3? I cannot tell. All that's my opinion. I'd love to hear your opinion. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.